fresh off a nap and a little bit of ice cream. This is Brook with Top and Bottom Talk, the pod that doesn't go away. This is listening party edition. We're going to go with 1992 is the year. I feel like the music's going a little bit slow, but hey, things are happening. It's life. I'm busy. Too busy for you. All 6 of you. But don't worry. Another pod is just around the corner. As soon as I record it, and then code it, and then upload it, and then write about it, and then spread it into the world. Like, there somebody used to like put some kind of drug in envelopes and it was scared to get your mail at some point. Anyway, I'm like that guy. Or girl, but I think it was a guy. All right. Let's just get to it. Efficient is the name of the game that nobody wants to play. Let's see. Top 15. So the structure, mostly to remind myself, I'm going to go through my top 15 albums of that year, 1992, year of our Lord. And then I'm going to go over some categories. And then I'm going to shut up. Oh, and I did add one category? Did I? I did. I don't really know why I wrote it like that, but I did. So, one new category. You'll have to wait till the very end. And it's really not, the juice is not worth the squeeze on that one, but it is new. So it's got that going for it. Anyway, I said something about efficiency earlier on. I think it was about 2 minutes ago. So, my number 15 is Screaming Trees. Album is Sweet Oblivion. It's either their first or second album. I don't recall. But it's a really good one. It's very consistent. So, the biggest song is Nearly Lost You. It was on the singles soundtrack. Probably didn't crack too many charts, but I really enjoyed it. It was one, like, when I heard it on the radio, I was just like, oh. It's Mark Lanigan, who has one of the best voices in rock music of all time. Feel free to challenge me on it. I don't plan on losing the case. Anyway, he's just a very good singer. And I think his bandmates are morbidly obese and ugly. I could Google this just to make sure. He's tall and skinny, and not that makes you attractive. Oh, maybe there's just one. Yeah, this is the picture I remember. There's one guy who just, this poor guy. If you want to just give a little chuckle, just Google Screaming Trees, and then you'll see an unfortunate-looking dude. He's got to be 350? 350 easy, but like a soft 350. Anyway, I feel like I might have lost my way. I said way twice. So, another one is Shadow of the Season. That one's sort of a single, but only if you're really paying attention. But just a really good band. Just kind of straightforward rock. You're not going to learn anything new here, but it's nice. It's harmless. It's not going to, like steal your DVD collection. Anyway, number 14 is Luna. The album is Luna Park. Clever. Not really. I don't know any songs in this. This is one that I kind of just got into later in life. I like Luna. I got into them for, I don't remember the name of that album at the moment. It's not hugely important, but it will eat at me unless I look it up. So let's just take a little look-see. Luna albums, and it is called The Days of Our Nights. I would have never thought of that. And that's a very fun album. They're just like a little clever band. I think I mentioned them on one of the other pods already for the listening party. It's very good background music, and I don't mean that in like a condescending way. It's just very like, he's got a very whiny, nasally voice. I just really started listening to my own voice when I said that. But he has like, it's a weird, creepy, I think his name's Dean Wareham. What's a good song that I can think of? He sings like this. That's terrible. Hold on. Luna songs that I can remember. Oh yeah, 40 steps the side. You know, my dad listened to one of my pods about music, and it was a Neil Young, and he heard me sing, and he said that was one of the worst things I've ever heard. I think I might have just topped that. How do you describe them? They are just a very peculiar band. So many things I want to say that I shouldn't say, so I won't. He just sounds like a weird dude. I wonder what he looks like. Dean, let's see if that's even his name. Dean Wareham. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it. He looks a little weird. I mean, he looks cool. Cool hair. But he does dress... He buttons the top button. And I think that's going to throw some people off. I don't care for it. Then again, sometimes he doesn't. But anyway, once again, we have gotten off track. So, Fun... Is it Fun? It's a nice album. It's a very pleasant. You know what? Kind of 2 for 2 on the... It's not going to... You can leave your wallet on the counter, and you don't have to worry about, like... Oh, did this dude just steal $5 from me? Like, why? Why would you do that? Number 13, speaking of not offending anyone, Gin Blossom's album is New Miserable Experience. This one I know some songs, because I really only know the radio songs. But I'll be damned. They've just don't go away. So Hey Jealousy is a fun one. Hey Jealousy. You know what? Let's just see if that works for everything. The other single was Until I Fall Away. Until I Fall Away. Another single was Found Out About You. I found out about you. Oh, Pam some. And another song is Allison Road. On Allison Road. Gosh, I should really... Yeah, we'll just pause this real quick. And we're back. Yes. Oh, I was doing songs badly. So, I don't know how the rest of the songs are, but I'll be damned if it's just not a pleasant... Those are just pleasant singles. Don't eat too many of them, or you'll have a tummy ache. But they're... I just enjoy them. And I probably know at one point I was like, Gin Blossoms, lame. And now I'm just like, memory lane. All right, moving on. Number 12 is The Cure. Album is Wish. And this has some popular songs. High, don't remember how that goes. It's high as in high as a kite, not hello. Friday, I'm in Love. Everyone knows that one, obviously. And then A Letter to Elise, which the song title doesn't do much for me, but I know as soon as you hear it, it's one of those like, oh, I know this song, and I think I like it. So I saw The Cure live at Lollapalooza, and I wasn't impressed. Granted, they were not in their heyday. This is like early 2000s. I'm going to say 2004, give or take. And they were one of the headliners. I remember just being like, no thanks. It's just at a certain age, a guy wearing makeup is not... It's not what it used to be. It's kind of cool when you're young, I guess, but when you're like 60, just go out there and sing your songs and run a comb through that hair. Robert Smith. Also, one of the lamest rock star names of all time. All right. Number 11 is Lemonheads. Album is It's a Shame About Ray. And favorite songs have got Confetti, Rudderless, My Drug Buddy, and Mrs. Robinson was a pretty big hit. It's a cover, but they do a really good job of it. And I enjoy myself some Lemonheads. Not the candy, too sour. I don't like spicy, and I don't like sour. It's just a fun... It's almost kind of that same, like, it's... This is a very safe year, apparently. Or at least it is up until we get to the goodies. But it's like, kind of like popish. How do you describe the Lemonheads? They're like... It's kind of singer-songwriter, but with a band. I don't know what that would be. But it's good. I saw the lead singer as a solo artist live, Evan Dando. And if I'm not mistaken, this guy's one of the hunkiest, like, musicians of all time. Let's see. I think he's known for being just an absolute, like, dude could be, well, not there. Yikes. Okay. When he was younger, he could be a model, sort of. Now, time has not been kind to him. Definitely not somebody who looks good with weight. But I'm pretty sure I know I saw him in person, and I think I was like, all right, I get it. Good looking dude. All right, let's move on to number 10. Aphex Twin is the artist. Album is Selected Ambient Works 85 to 92. I can never remember which one is which, but if this is, let me just look it up. And yes, could I have done this? I made this list so long ago that it's a little fuzzy. I don't know which one this is. There was 1 and 2. And I'll be damned if it's going to be easy for me to figure out. I don't know. Anyway, it's either this one or the other one that I really like. I wrote so many papers to in college. Homework, studying. Did I put it as dinner music? I did not. Maybe I should have. Maybe I will. Aphex Twin, biatch. So it's just, I don't even know how to express. It's ambient. So that's using the title in the word or the word in the title. But it's just relaxing, and you can just do whatever you want. I wouldn't use it as workout music, but it's very good, like, thinking music. It's good thinking music. That's what I was going for. Supposedly, like, some of this ambient stuff, it'll get your brain waves moving in a certain pattern, and it just inspires, I don't know if it's intelligent thoughts, but it just gets your brain cooking. Yeah. Gets your brain cooking. That's a smart thing to say. But anyway, I've listened to that one a ton. If it's the one, it may not be the one. Volume 2 is the one where I really went nuts. But this one's also good. All right, number 9. Now we're in the top. Wait, we're already in the top 10. I should have said that earlier. Note to self. Go back in time and say, now we're in the top 10. Although when you're doing a top 15, the top 10 is not quite as exciting. Anyway, number 9. Hey, look what I did. I didn't even know I did this when I did it. Number 9 is, I need a drum roll machine, 9 Inch Nails. Brook, how do you do it? Answer, I don't know. Album is Broken. It's an EP, but it does have 2, I think there's also a Let's Get Physical cover on this, if I'm not mistaken. But it's got 2 songs that will break yo ass. I've been talking like somebody who just learned how to cuss, but that's how it makes you feel. Wish and Last, oof. Those are both on my workout mix, and let me just tell you, they will break yo ass. If you don't know who 9 Inch Nails are, welcome to Earth. That's not even funny. It is fun, but it's not funny. The fact that I'm getting in fake arguments with myself is concerning. So anyway, as I was saying before I interrupted myself, pretty good EP. It's number 9, so that's not saying much. But the strength of this song, one of these will appear later. Foreshadowing. Okay, enough about that. Number 8 is Nick Cave. Album is Henry's Dream. And this is kind of a fun one. It is a fun one. At least the songs that I wrote down. So Papa Won't Leave You, Henry is very much fun to sing. Papa won't leave you, Henry. Papa won't leave you, boy. Straight to You is, I think, a rom-com of a song. Straight to You. This has got some good energy. Brother, My Cup Is Empty. That one, I think, has the same energy as Papa Won't Leave You, Henry. Because I feel like he goes, Brother, my cup is empty and I haven't got plenty. Something like that. And then Jack the Ripper, I know is a good song, but I can't, for the life of me, remember how it goes. Anyway, big Nick Cave fan. His picture is on my wall. Yeah. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. Too many yes. Number 7, and I've considered flipping these two, 7 and 6, but I was like, that just seems like a lot of work, and I don't know that it's worth it. And maybe it just changes by the day. I just went through a little bit of a Alice in Chains phase. A little late in life to be doing that, but I was like, these guys are good. And the internet is always telling me how good his voice is. So I was just... Anyway, their self-titled album, not this one. This is Dirt, is the name of this album. But their self-titled album, I adore it. But anyway, this has some of their biggest songs, probably their 2 biggest songs, even though for God knows what reason. Man in the Box is like, if you go to Spotify, which I would, but I don't want to mess with my phone, it's like number 1, and I don't understand it because I don't really love that song. Anyway, this has Rooster, which is an amazing song. Oh, they come to stand Rooster. This what should have been in, and maybe it is in like an army movie or whatever, military movie, but yeah, dog. Love that song. It does make me want to I was about to say shoot someone, but that's not good. Makes me want to get in a bunker. Yeah, a bunker. Just me, the dirt. But then I'm like, I also want a snack, and there's no time for snacks when you're in a bunker. Down in a Hole. Hey, speaking of bunkers, that one's a really good one. Hey, that one's really good. The song Wood, which has a fun ending. If I would. If you've heard it, you know that I'm not that far off. Them Bones is fine. Angry Chair. Stupid song title, but I think the song's pretty good. And then Junkhead is good. Anyway, Alice in Chains, underrated. Speaking of underrated 90s bands, number 6, Stone Temple Pilots. This is their first album, Core. I remember this feeling like, how are there so many songs that I've heard on this album when I bought it? Dead and Bloated is awesome. I guess I'm just going to sing all these songs. Part of this is like the 90s, brings me back. Dead and Bloated, I think of I am smelling like a reputation beating me because I'm dead and bloated. So much fun. Sex Type Thing, I don't remember how that goes, but I know it was a single. Wicked Garden was also a single. Creep, not the Radiohead version. Yeah, I think this was probably their most popular song from this album. She tells me I'm a creep. Something about like dogs with smeller. Kind of a weird one. And then Plush. I think that was also a big single. So, way to go, guys. You knocked it out of the park. They just never got the respect they deserve. It was just a weird time to be growing up. But they were good. And Scott Weiland, R.I.P. Seems like I don't know if he was a good dude, but he seems like a cool dude. And had crazy hair. Anyway, number 5 is Sophie barking at the neighbors. Artist is Danzig. Album is How the Gods Kill. This is it says 3 next to it, so maybe it's their 3rd album. This song, I said the other one will break your ass. This one will rip your dick off. I hope kids aren't listening. Too late. This is such a good song. I don't ride motorcycles, but if I did, this one would just be looping. If you own a motorcycle, you owe it to yourself to listen to this music and just ride. First song is called Godless. Really gets to the point. Dirty Black Summer is Motorcycle Jam of the Year. Heart of the Devil is awesome. The whole album is just rocks your D off. Danzig is popular for their song Mother, but this album is just, it's so good. It's just so good. Highly recommended. This might go on, did I put it on this category? Oh, I'm going to put this one on there. Danzig. I wrote Dan Gig. Silly Brook. All right, number 4. Wow, now, so actually top 7? Top 7 are, top 6. That's probably why I did it. SDP is top 7. Okay, Brook, take your medication. Number 4 is Tom Waits. Album is called Bone Machine, which is basically what you would call a person. This one starts off, The Earth Died Screaming is how this album starts off, and that's a banger. I haven't said that in a while. It's a banger. Tom Waits, kind of at his, yelliest on this album. Dirt in the Ground is great. Who Are You is great. Jesus Gonna Be Here is great. I think I put that on a Jesus mix for my friend Jessica. A Little Rain is great. Going Out West is in Fight Club, and that song is great. That's also in Workout Mix, and it makes me want to fight, I think because of Fight Club. And then I Don't Want to Grow Up is good, but it's sometimes a bit much. But anyway, the whole album is spectacular. It's real, and it's spectacular. Highly recommended. It's my number 4. I'm that guy's name, and this is FM AM radio. Okay. Number 3, Rage Against the Machine, their self-titled debut. This one feels like a greatest hits because I just listen to this thing so much. Bomb track, great. Killing in the Name. If you were, what year? 92? So I didn't listen to this when it first came out because it wasn't cool enough, but once I discovered it, by the way, I've got a neighbor who's just walking back and forth, and I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they're trying to break out of prison and they're taking spoonfuls of dirt out of their, I don't know. Anyway. Anywho. Settle for Nothing. Great. Bullet in the Head. Just love a nice little jingle for a Sunday afternoon. Wake Up. And Freedom. Zach De La Rocha can yell like a mofo. This is rap rock, sort of, if you want to reduce it to that. But Tom Morello, the guitarist, is awesome. Kind of people were he's basically Jimi Hendrix. Just pretty creative on the old guitar. Their drummer is really good. And Zach De La Rocha's stage presence is, I'm going to say, up there with the best. The dude is just energy personified. He's all over the place. He's very intense. I saw just the other day their first performance ever, and that dude has some anger. He's not a good singer, but he can scream. It's an underrated scream. The guy can bring it. All right, number 2, we've got some all-time classics for number 2 and 1. Number 2 is Pavement, Slanted and Enchanted. This did not make my top 100, and it kind of stung. But this has some just amazing songs. Summer Babe, killer. Trigger Cut is a lot of fun. No Life Singed Her, great. Zurich is Stained. That one will stick in your head. It'll stick in your craw. Zurich is stained, and it's not my fault. And then Here is one of the prettier indie songs of all time. I always go with all time, but, whatever. This is their, I don't know if it's technically their first, but we're going to call it their first. And this one definitely put them on the map as the indie darlings. Just really, really good. Kind of went, Nirvana was really heavy, and these guys, their guitars get loud every now and then, but definitely the leaders of we just don't care. They didn't care. They just, indie, hipster, whatever you want to call it. But it's also very good. And the lyrics don't make any sense, but they're fun. Anyway, number 1 is R.E.M. Automatic for the People is the album. This one was in my top hundo, possibly in the top 10. This album is perfect. Drive is great. I mean, I can just list all the songs. Everybody Hurts is the one that people know, as well as Nightswimming. Man on the Moon is maybe what holds us back from being perfect. The song's fine the first time you hear it, and then it's just like, oh, I don't need to hear that again. That's one song that I probably skip. Find the River is beautiful. Just a Star Me Kitten is really pretty. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous album. And that's all I have to say about that. So that's my top 15. We are humming along. Now let's get to the categories. All right, this will go quick. Most listened to, we've got Rage Against the Machine and REM. I don't know that category is all that exciting, but we're going to leave it on there. I listen to those a ton. Audible Pump Award, still the worst category title I've thought of. This is for working out, not just your forearms. So Danzig and then Rage Against the Machine and Nine Inch Nails, but definitely the Danzig one is literally just put that one on and let the dumbbells do the work. The Freak Off Award for Freaky Time. Alice in Chains definitely gets it. Underrated, both of these. And then Nine Inch Nails as well. Kind of like depends what you're going for in your freaky. I feel like I was going to talk like that guy that Tim Meadows played, the ladies' man. It depends on what type of freakiness you're trying to get into. If you just want a subtle freak. Anyway. Okay, I'm right here, brah. I'm right here. I'm recording a pod. Don't you. Nope. You are not a featured guest. You are not a featured guest. Street Fighter. What? Kazoo tight. Street. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time. Street Fighter. Ooh. Okay, get on my lap. Laps. She's just staring at me. Awkward. Okay. She had to pee. Anyway, all right. Street Fighter. Best song, album to get in a fight to, Rage Against the Machine, obviously. Run Forest Run Award, great running album. I put Nine Inch Nails, but son of a biscuit. Probably still Nine Inch Nails. It's more upbeat. You need fast. I think I do this every time. You need something upbeat. Best dinner music. I swear, if you start barking, I'm gonna start spanking. Best dinner music. I put Luna Park by Luna because it's just perfect dinner music. Invite them over. Get a little stew going. Make some mixed veggies. Open up a can of peaches. Get some beef jerky out, really have a nice time. And then Aphex Twin as well. It depends how good the conversation is. If there's more talking, then put on Aphex Twin. If there's less talking, put on Luna Park just to fill in the gaps. Right? Okay. The Dance Mofo Dance Award goes to Nine Inch Nails. They just make you want to get freaky. Party Animal Award goes to Dr. Dre, The Chronic. I'm not a Dr. Dre fan. There, I said it. I also bought his Beats headphones, the ones that go in your ear, and I wasn't impressed. And I think I still have them because they weren't cheap. But I can't get rid of them because they weren't cheap. But they didn't work all the time. And that frustrated me. And maybe I'll write that letter. Anyway, but Dr. Dre, definitely feels like a party album. I don't even remember the song. Nothing But a G. Thang is on there. Something else is on there. But definitely party atmosphere is what it creates. Late night, early morning music. This is where I'm at in my life right now. I put Aphex Twin. It's just nice and relaxing and soothing. You can get a facial to this music. You could get a masnooge, otherwise known as a massage, to this music. You could study to this music. Maybe read a newspaper to this music. There's no shortage of things you could do to this music, but they must be done in the early morning or the late evening. Long Drive with Nothing to Think About Award. this is best albums to listen to in the car. Gin Blossoms, yes. You're going to have a Tommy Boy moment if you put that on. STP, because you know most of those songs. And then REM, kind of a Tommy Boy moment award. But they're just fun to sing. Okay, keep it moving. Slow Motion Walker Award. This one goes to Danzig, because if you put this on and you're just walking in slow motion, and then you hear "My Dirty Black Summer," and you're just gonna feel so cool. You're just gonna feel the coolest. The What the Fudge Was I Thinking or Guilty Pleasure Award. I'm gonna go with Gin Blossoms. They were not cool, and I don't care. They're not like, nobody's like, I mean, we don't have these anymore, but going through your music collection, they see Gin Blossoms and like, oh, cool. You like the Gin Blossoms too? We should hook up. Anyway, One Hit Wonder Award, I put Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. I don't know that he had any other songs, but this one was definitely a thumper. Nice segue into my next category, Grower Not a Shower. I haven't done this in a while, and I forgot that I did this. So the Pavement one, I'm going to say, couple singles. Here's what I wrote. You don't know that I wrote it, but I did write it. A couple of singles got me at first, and then eventually all the songs became beautiful snowflakes. That's accurate. Accurate how I feel. Wow, I really captured my own feelings well. It's true. You heard, like, I kind of knew there were a couple singles that I was supposed to like, and I enjoyed them. But then you listen to it and you're like, oh, now that's my favorite. 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 And that's as far as it goes, because another one would be too many. Forever in the Queue. These are things, I guess, albums, that I just never I can't do it. So Faith No More, Angel Dust. It's like, I've heard it's good. I'm just don't want to pull that trigger. And then Spiritualized, Laser Guided Melodies. I don't know why. So like their album, whatever, the one with this outer space song. Ladies and Gentlemen, We Are Floating in Space. That one I've listened to countless times. And the ones after those I've kind of listened to, but I can't go backwards with them I don't know why. Anyway, most likely to get pushed on deaf ears, meaning you say you like something, I'm like, oh, if you like that, you'll love this. Pavement, definitely, because I think it's a classic. And if you can get into that, then you can get into a lot of indie music. And then Danzig, I just added it, but definitely if somebody's like, yeah, I like heavy rock or metal, and you're like, put on this and some leather chaps, because we're riding. All right, Cash Rules Everything Around Me category. This goes to the top 5 earners, selling albums, and holy shite balls. Whitney Houston's The Bodyguard soundtrack sold 45 million albums. This is insane. Had the I Will Always Love You cover on it, because old Biggins did the original. Dolly Parton. ABBA's Greatest Hits album sold 32 million. This is because we didn't have the internet, guys. 32 million. Eric Clapton's Unplugged album, sort of a Greatest Hits, 26 million. Hey, REM, 18 million. One for the good guys. And then Kenny G, this mother effing Kenny G, sold 13 million. Just saxophoning his way into our women's underwear drawers. All right. Top 5 singles of the year were Boys to Men, End of the Road. Not mad at it. Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back, Okie Dokie. Criss Cross, Jump. Why is it always like rap that makes the top 5 singles? Am I looking at the right chart? Vanessa Williams, Save the Best for Last, is number 4. By the way, Criss Cross, wow. The backlash on that. They went from the hottest things on the planet, people turning their underwear or whatever, their pants up, not upside down, backwards or whatever, to being a joke, like, not long after. Anyway, and then TLC, Baby, Baby, Baby. I don't know what that song is, but I do like saying those 3 words back to back to back. All right. The He's Just Not That Into You award. Got Dr. Dre The Chronic. As I stated earlier, I'm just not that into that. I don't love the West Coast sound. So shoot me. Just kidding, don't shoot me. And then Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes. I don't care for her. I was almost set up with a person that loved her, and I think I tried to listen to it, and I was like, hey, no thanks. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I love female musicians. She's does nothing for me. And then Best Live Show. So this is the category that I added. This is more wishful thinking because I haven't seen either of these bands. As a teeny bopper, Rage Against the Machine would have been my numero uno. You know what? I should have thrown... and then we're going to do a tie. And then as a tie for adult Brook would be either Tom Waits, because I still haven't seen him and I would love it, or R.E.M. Now, both of those are not touring anymore, so unlikely to happen. But those would have been my two, because R.E.M. just has a catalog that will crush almost anyone. Do they have the deepest catalog? I'm just going to Google it. This is a lame way to end the podcast. Who has the deepest, if it says Taylor Swift, I swear, who has the deepest voice in the world? Okay, we'll find out. Tim Storms. Okay. Oh, his lowest note is so deep it can only be heard by elephants. I didn't expect to go down this road, but I am so curious. All right, who has the deepest musical catalog? Let's just find out. It's definitely not going to be R.E.M. Oh, Bob Dylan. Oh, wait. Is this just number of albums? I didn't think this one through. Yeah, Frank Zappa, Fish, and Rush. Who was the best musical catalog? Okay, this is just a waste of time. Queen is number one? Shut up. All right, that's the... me just scanning the internet for things might be a decent pod. I'm going to workshop that. Brook scans the internet and gives his immediate reactions to things that he finds. That, honestly, might be very interesting. I'm going to write that down somewhere. Where can I write it? Tattoo? No, you don't put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. Okay, I got that joke out of the way. All right, that's it. Thank you for listening.